So, when I watch the Jaguars, a lot of times as the game is progressing, I will be thinking in my head of things that I'm going to say during my videos. And I'll be honest, you guys, during the first quarter of this game against the Colts, I was thinking of all the ways that I was going to rip Urban Meyer up and down. This team looked unprepared. This team was flat. And there's zero consistency with anything. However, after the clock hit 0 in the fourth quarter, I changed my tune a little bit on Urban Meyer. Because Jaguars of old, down 17-0 in the first quarter, it's a 40-point blowout. The game is over. My wife came in to check on how the game was doing, as she tends to do, because she knows how into it I am, and she doesn't know if I'm pissed off or if I'm in a good mood, And she came in and saw the score, and I looked at her and I said, "Oh, the game's over. Not even the first quarter's done, and game's over. Same old Jaguars." However, I am pleasantly surprised with how this team didn't just lay down and die. Now, typically, I despise moral victories. We're getting better every week. That stuff isn't real. I don't like that. I don't subscribe to that notion. You win or you lose. That's pretty much what it comes down to. However, with this case, I will say that Joe Cullen is doing a good job with the defense. Because teams of old, like I said, the Colts would have dropped 40, 45 points in this game. They would have laid down and died. So from that aspect, I give props to the defense. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor had a couple of big chunk runs. Like his first carry, I think, went for like 38 yards. But for the most part, especially when it was more of a game, I thought the Jaguars did an excellent job containing Jonathan Taylor. They did a pretty solid job pressuring Carson Wentz. However, that last, I think it was like a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, something like that, at the very end of the game, when Michael Pittman is just wide open down the field. Rayshon Jenkins was super late coming over to help, and Carson Wentz hit him for like 20 yards or whatever it was. That kind of sealed things for me, at least. But overall, the defense is improving. The defense has allowed, let's see, I'm terrible at math. Let me do the math. Like 23 points? The defense has allowed over 2 games because the block punt, which, let me get into that now. Sorry, excuse me. We keep Andrew Wingard on this team for what reason? Special teams, right? If my dude just gives him a little shoulder bump, the Colts don't get those 7 points. My dude is just standing there looking like a retard, and a Colts player comes right up the gap, untouched. Andrew Wingard doesn't even feel the need to chip him or anything. That is on him. Special teams ace, Andrew Wingard. And then I notice in the same quarter, not too long after that play, that Andre Cisco, on I believe it was a punt or a kickoff, I can't remember which one, is the first one down the field, making a nice clean hit, open tackle, and makes a good special teams play. Gee, you think we could use that in the starting defense? I don't know. spend a high third-round pick on the guy. Think maybe we could see that. He's clearly healthy. He's not hurt. He's on the field. Not in the right aspect, but he's out there. That's just me. What do I know? What do I know? I know I'm sick of seeing Andrew Wingard out on the field. The dude can't tackle. He can't tackle. He just, I'm over it. Jumping sides now over to the offense. For the Jaguar fans that are jumping ship on Trevor, because I see you on Twitter, I see you in the Facebook group chats. For those people who Trevor's a bust, I don't have any words for you. I have no words for you. The last 3 weeks, has Trevor played good? No. He's missed some throws. He has. But the man has no help. The man has no help. This team is trotting out Tavon Austin in 2021 as our special speed guy, and he throws it to two people consistently. Two people. A journeyman tight end. I know you all love Dan Arnold, and he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. He's solid. But at the end of the day, he's a journeyman tight end and an ex-corner. And then we wonder why we can't convert third downs. Laviska Shenault is a monumental disappointment. I don't know what has happened to Viska. I don't know what it is. But Viska just can't do anything. Marvin Jones, I feel like, only gets a couple targets a game. Normally he'll catch them, but I don't know if it's because he's not quite the fastest dude. Maybe they're double teaming him. Maybe Trevor isn't seeing him. I don't know what it is. But there's no wide receiver help at all. This team not having DJ Chark is killing us. And DJ Chark isn't like a legit number one elite NFL talent, but his presence on the field opens up everything else for Viska and Marvin Jones. And without him out there, they're done. They're done. Trevor doesn't have anyone. That's why he throws to a journeyman tight end and an ex-corner every play. Now, I like Jamal Agnew. He's the only thing that did anything on offense, really, outside of James Robinson yesterday. But he's an ex-corner. He's a punt returner. He's not a wide receiver. He's not. That's why he drops half the balls that are thrown at him. It's not his fault. He's not a real wide receiver. That's where this team is at. Because, you can go back and look at my videos. I was in this camp. This fan base as a whole highly overrated our wide receiving core. Viska, unfortunately, is really not who we thought he was going to be. DJ Chark, now 2 years in a row, has had the injury bug. And Marvin Jones is just a solid receiver. He's not elite. And it sucks. It sucks because now everyone's on the bandwagon of going after Trevor. And it's not always. Is some of it his fault? Yeah, he's missed some throws. Some of it is his fault. The offensive line did not play very well. Trevor was getting pressured way too far, way too often. And even the run blocking. I think James Robinson had, I want to say it was like 60 yards total he had. I'm surprised he had that much. Because there were times as soon as he gets the ball, there's 4 Colts on him. And it was terrible, some of the run blocking this game. It's just the offense is broken. And one more thing I want to address before I end this video. if I see Carlos Hyde one more time, if I see Carlos Hyde in a shotgun formation on a 3rd and 1, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna lose it. I don't understand what the infatuation with Carlos Hyde is. Now, don't get me wrong. There have been a few spots this season where Carlos Hyde has had some decent runs. He's had some okay runs. Carlos Hyde is not the guy I want to give the ball to in key moments in the game on a 3rd and short situation. Why is James Robinson on the sideline sipping Gatorade and Carlos Hyde is sitting there next to Trevor? You tell me what logical sense that makes. Is it because he went to Ohio State? Because he's Urban's buddy? Because Trent Baalke drafted him 60 years ago? Makes no sense. No sense. That's my rant for the day. Jaguars moving on to the 49ers next week. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, excuse me. The 49ers aren't having the best season. And it does give the Jaguars a little bit of an advantage because it is in Jacksonville. And then making that cross-country trip does give us a little bit of an advantage. But honestly, I don't know. Nick Bosa scares me. San Francisco's front 7 scares me. We'll see. We'll see. I'll talk about it later in the week. Go Jags. Like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Screw the Titans. Have a great day.